Hello and welcome back to my podcast. My name is Melissa Snow, and today we're going to be talking about what is a psychic medium. All right, it says, I'm going to be reading to this. It says, a psychic medium is a person who claims to be able to communicate with the spirits or allows spirits to communicate through them. Mediums are often central figures in seances. There are two main types of mediumship, according to spiritualists, mediums and psychic people. Excuse me. Mental mediums. These mediums claim to sense, listen, or see a spirit, or symbols and tune into a spirit world. Psychic mediums. These mediums claim to produce psychical effects such as knocking, rapping, bell ringing, or materialization of spirits or objects. A medium is said to have psychic abilities, but not all psychic functions as a medium's. The term clairvoyance is, for instance, may include seeing spirits and visions instead by the spirit world, and Parapsychological Association defines clairvoyance as information divided directly from an example physical source. I did not know that. A medium is a psychic who is fine-tuned his or her extrasensory perception and can interface with a spirit in other dimensions. They are able to feel or hear thoughts, voices, and mental impressions from the spirit world. Ooh, that's so cool. A medium is also an individual who claims to have the ability to communicate with the dead. For example, the medium looked into a crystal ball and saw my deceased husband. There are no impractical evidence that mediums are real. Scientific research have been trying to confirm the validity of mediumship claims over a century that have been unsuccessful. In 2005, an example by British Society found that people who identify as a medium show no medium mystic abilities. Some reason why it's difficult to evaluate the quality of mediumship readings include commercial and uncontrolled readings are often commercial and uncontrolled, making it hard to evaluate the quality of the material. Potential examples. There are several potential normal explanations that clients should be aware of. In occultism, a medium of someone who is said to be able to contact spirits, especially while in a trance. A spiritual medium is often the central figure in a science and may need to help an invisible control or go between. Scientists who study physiologically consider mediumship to be a realistic fraud, and I can't say that word. Facts reached from psychics for over 100 years suggest that there were not fraud mediumship. Spiritualistic practice can be exampled by hypnosis, magical thinking, and suggestion. Yeah, so I've watched this guy hypnotize someone at the fair, and it was pretty funny, but who knows if they were really doing it or not. And I've been to psychics. Some of them were really spot on. They've given me really good readings, and I think that not everyone is a psychic. I think that people are out here that can solve mysteries, and people that are psychic or mediums can see things and help with police officers and etc. in that field. And some are spot on and some are real. You guys, Teresa Caputo is coming to Washington State in 16 days, and I really want to go see her. But I'm probably not going to go see her. We'll see what happens. But it would be really nice. I love watching her, and the Long Island Medium is awesome. I watch that on YouTube. Yes, I watch it on YouTube, and then and then I watch it on regular channels, like on wherever they have it on, the TLC or whatever channel they have. I'm not exactly sure, the Travel Channel, something like that. But some people think psychics are real. Some people think they're a hoax. And what makes them think that, when half the time they're really spot on with their intuition, and they're right, and they solve murders and cases and help other people go through their daily life. And, so the reason why I'm talking about this, because I just had a psychic reading. It was not accurate. It kind of upset me. So I felt like I wanted to do my podcast about it and talk about what people think about psychics and mediums and spiritual stuff and everything. So I know you do have to pay sometimes. Some people will tell you for free if they're your friend. And then so there's a lot of things that the human body can do. You don't know how to explain everything. I mean, how are some of these people spot on? And the reading I just had really upset me, because I didn't like what this lady said, and she was not right. She was wrong about everything, and she was upsetting me, and she knew it. And then she was trying to twist things on me when I didn't do anything, and I just told her I wasn't going to talk to her anymore. I was going to go watch a cat video. And so that's what I did. And then she kept messaging me, and I said, well, goodbye. I don't think we should speak again because you're wrong. And she said, okay. And then we just stopped talking to each other. But I do believe in psychics, mediums, spiritual world. I do believe that there's energy out here. There are things that are unexplained. And in my other video that I said, I mean, I've been right about a few things myself, and my friend's been right about a few things myself, and I don't know. I was just thinking about this one time I was at the fair and we went to go see this psychic medium and she made me pay $35. This is really funny. Me and my friend go to the fair and we get there and we're walking around. I was like, hey, let's go to this girl. So we decided not to go to her because I wanted to go to a genie. And then we found one of the genies, and the genie said it's $35 for a reading, and I went and talked to her, and she was right about everything, but then she's like, give me another $35, and then call me in 2 weeks and see how everything's going, and I can give you another psychic reading. And so I kind of did something stupid and gave her the money. So we walked around the fair, but I was still hovering over there. I was still hovering over by there, and I told my friend, I was like, you know what she just did to me? And she's like, what? I said, she just made me pay $35 in the beginning and $35 before I left. She goes, no, what? And I was like, yeah. So I was really upset because I needed that money to go around to the fair because I only brought a certain amount with me, and I didn't want to use my card. So I was hovering and the lady was watching me. This is really funny. I'm not even kidding. I was hovering and the lady was watching me. So I was like, whatever, let's just leave. So we end up going to the end, going around and doing stuff and looking at the animals. And I was really upset about it still. And then, so I told my friend, I was like, we need to go to customer service. And she's like, all right, let's go to customer service. And I said to the customer service guy, I said, hey, I really need to talk to somebody. And they're like, okay, tell me what's happening. So I told her I went to the psychic and she made me pay $35, which I was fine with, and told me a reading for like 2 seconds, and then told me another thing and made me pay another $35 and told me to call her in about a month. And I didn't want to give her that money. I already gave her money for a reading. And she's like, oh my gosh, really? And I was like, yeah. So she calls these cops over. This is so funny. I'm not even joking you. My friend's upset about something too because she lost money out of certain things, and we told them both what happened to us. And so the cops come over and they tell the cops what happened. So they go to the booth and they find the lady, and then she's like, okay, I'll give you back the $35. So the cops come back with my money. And I said, hey, did she say anything to you? And they're like, no. I said, well, she claims to be a psychic, so she should have seen this one coming. And the cop laughed. And the customer service people laughed, and my friend laughed. I said, if she's such a psychic, she should have just given me my money back when I first did it. I'm not even joking you. And the cops thought it was so funny. They couldn't help my friend, but they helped me, and we just left. And I said well, if she is such a psychic, she should just give me my money back. And she doesn't know what she's doing if she didn't know I was going to come back and get it. So that happened when we went to the fair. But I didn't want her to put a curse on me because the gypsies already have a curse on our state. I hope I didn't upset her in any way. I really worried about it ever since then that she cursed my life. But I know she didn't, and I know that she knew that she did something wrong. That's why she gave me back the $35 and kept the other part of the money. And she did give me a really good psychic reading. And she was right about everything, and things were right, like spot on. And these are gypsies that came up to me when I was in the crowd because I was looking over at them. She's like, do you want a reading? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And my friend's like, whatever, I'm not going in there. So I did that. And so I just believe in them. And I love tarot. I love the spirit world, anything. But yeah, that was my part of my story. And then after that, before we left, I went back to that girl the first time the first time I went there. So she's like, you really paid all that? And I was like, yeah. She goes, let me give you a free psychic reading. And she gave me a reading, and she was really spot on with that. And she's like, I knew you were going to go over and see the genies. She's like, what was wrong with me? Why did you not come to me? And I was like, I don't know. I just didn't. I said, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or offend you or anything like that. She goes, but if I know what I'm talking about and I'm only charging you $20 and she charged you $35, and then made you give her another $35 after that, and then we were just talking about it, and then she's like, I would go and talk to customer service, so I did. And I was like, psychic? I don't think she's a psychic to them. It was so funny. Like, it's not, like, I don't even know how to explain the situation, but that. And so after that, we left. We went and got something to eat. We were still talking about it. And my friend's like, you just said that to the cop. I was like, I know. And the cop thought it was funny. So yeah, and I have a lot of funny stories about that stuff, but this is the end of talking about psychics. And just if you are like that, just be careful what you say to people and don't hurt their feelings, because you don't know what you're going to say, if you're going to say the right thing or the wrong thing. Just know that you can hurt people's feelings and you can upset them. And nowadays, you don't know what people are going to do. But this was my podcast on psychics. And I read a little bit about it. And I'm sure there's more out there. And I would love to interview a psychic. I know there's a couple of places here that I can interview a couple of people. And tomorrow I'm going to go and talk to this lady at an antique store, and I'm going to see if she wants me to do an interview with her and let me do a video on there, because it's supposedly haunted and there's some cool artifacts that she has. But anyway, this has been my podcast. My name is Melissa Snow, and I hope everyone enjoyed my time here. And just remember, have a great night, have a great rest of your week, and have a great month. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out, everyone. Bye!